Hurt in a car? Call our sponsor, William Mattar. 844-444-4444. With a focus on motor vehicle accidents, the team at William Mattar has handled thousands of cases like yours. Let them help you get the money you deserve after a motor vehicle accident. Rideshare, truck, motorcycle, car, only call William Mattar. 844-444-4444. Welcome back to another episode of the Sabre Report podcast. My name is Jonah.
I'm Christian.
And I'm JP.
Glad to have you back, Christian. Very happy.
Thanks, guys.
We're happy. Yeah, we're happy to have you.
I'm glad I didn't get replaced. I heard some talk on last episode talking about me getting replaced. I'm glad my employment status is still active.
Well, you know, I think you're referencing me bringing up Jesse coming back on to take your spot, and you went to both games this past week, and he texted me during the Ottawa game that he saw you.
Yep.
And he said hi, and he said you big timed him.
I did not big time him.
Wow.
I did not big time him. That's crap, all right?
That's crazy.
I was in the 200 section. I was in line with food with my dad. And I said hi, and he comes up to me and he goes, because you're talking about, like, JP's been recognized, you've been recognized. And he comes up to me, just taps me on my shoulder, like, who is this? And he goes, you get recognized yet, man? I'm like, hey, what's up, buddy? And we just, dapped up, and then he went off with his girlfriend, and,
So you treated him like a fan.
Wow.
Until he finds his microphone, I guess he is still a fan. Like, that's all I'm going to say.
Wow.
He's got to find the mic. I'm welcome to have him back on this program.
Okay. All right.
Jesse's a great guy. If he feels like I big timed him, I apologize. Not the intention at all.
He doesn't forget that stuff. Just want to let you know.
He's a good guy.
Well, much different tone this time around this week. For those that tuned into last episode, it was an interesting episode. We'll put it that way. We had a lot to cover, a lot to say, a lot had happened in the two games prior, and even in one of the games this week, it seemed like more of the same. The Sabres were getting booed off the ice. There were not very fun vibes in the building, but back-to-back wins, one of which being a very entertaining 8-4 win against Ottawa, and then a start-to-finish complete 60-minute performance against the defending Stanley Cup champions at home. Shutting out said defending Stanley Cup champions has, I would say, definitely turned it's definitely shifted the vibes going around right now.
Yeah, like I was saying before this episode started, I was listening to the episode you guys recorded back last week. Was it probably a week from today? And I was kind of upset. I was like, I wish I was on the episode. I had a lot to say. I was keeping up with the games as much as I could, and it was so frustrating to watch, and everything you guys were saying I wanted to chime in on, and now a week later, I went to both games, and now I feel like I just completely forgot everything I wanted to say, because now all it's been replaced with is I can't complain right now. It's like they're winning games, like they won 2. They're almost back to even, and I'm sure I'll be reminded throughout this episode all the things that I wanted to say, but right now I can't remember them.
I think part of it too is, of course, we were complaining about the power play last episode, and we kind of went off on it, and it's been good. The last 2 games, it's been good. Don't look now, but we're tied for 6th in the league for power play percentage.
They went from dead last to 6th.
Hockey gods
in a week.
Hockey gods have an evil way of working, man.
They do.
Evil. Now I've seen Seth Appert. I've seen a Seth Appert apology form going around.
Yeah, that's insane.
What in the like two games? Come on, people.
But
Come on,
hey,
we're better
you
than
could
this. We're better
you could
than
say
this.
this. You could say that you said, "Hey, 2 games." You could say the same thing about the start of the season. Hey, it's 3 games. You know, we don't know what the team is yet.
I
Like, I
think
won't completely disagree, and even during the episode, like I maybe it was during the episode, but I said to you guys even after these last 2 wins, I'm like, my perspective, just to kind of say where I'm at after these 2 very fun and very good wins, is like my perspective on the season is still not probably viewed. It is pessimistic. I see it as a bit of a no-win season, and that stance can change, and that doesn't mean that this team can't make the playoffs, because they can. We've seen that. I've stuck by that. My prediction going into the season was they were going to be an 88, 90-point team. They'll be in the race, and these past 2 games they got just a little bit healthier. They get one of their best players back in Zach Benson, and even Owen Power. Power didn't play the first 2 games of the year. They got him back in Boston, or I guess he missed the first game, but they got him back in Boston. And you've seen, like, this is going to be a good competitive team. And they should, barring a historic losing streak, they should be in the mix. They should. It's just my overall outlook is still just a little, I don't know. I need more convincing. Let's put it that way.
It's completely fair. It's only been 5 games. It's already been a roller coaster. It's only we started on a down instead of climbing a hill and then coming back to earth. We kind of went into a chasm and we're on the way back up. But small sample size, 5 games. We're not even out of the month of October yet. We're not even through what, 2 full weeks yet? Have we gotten through 2 full weeks?
First game was what, October 9th?
it's only been a week and a half.
It's been a week and a half. This season ends.
It feels
in
like
April.
we're like It feels like we're in mid-December right now. Like, we've been doing so much has happened in 5 games.
Yeah, I don't. It just shows what happens when you get healthy. Your special teams play good, and you get good goaltending. That's basically the story of these past 2 games. I mean, if you get all those, the Sabres will make the playoffs. But obviously, it's literally been 2 games. The first 3 games, 2 of the 3 of those were bad storylines. Lyon's been good this whole time, but the power play had 2 good games basically and was dog shit the first 3 games. And then obviously now we're a little more healthy. But of course that can change on a dime. So these 2 games have been really encouraging. It actually makes me a little more hopeful. But I can't really blame Jonah for his opinions, but it's also, I mean, we did just shut out the defending cup champs, so, like, of course, like,
Right. Now,
we're going to be riding a high.
It was, like, because I'll say this, like, the Ottawa game, very fun. 8 goals at home, very nice to get the first W every year, especially when, through a week and a half of the season, you are the talk of the league. Nothing else interesting is going on right now. You are the only storyline. Every insider's talking about you. Just to get that, get the monkey off the back is good. But they played 1 good period. The second period was their period. The third period, it got dangerously close. Then they scored 2 goals. But like if he hasn't been good this season. But if Linus Ullmark's in that game, do the Sabres win? Like, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Both goalies have been pretty bad for that
They've
team.
been pretty bad. I mean, yeah, Lyon got sent down to the AHL today, and let in 5 goals in that game as well. So tough few days for Levi Lyon.
Yeah, that game was, that being the first game of the season I've gone to was wild to go to, because coming out of the first period, I was like, we left our seats after the first just to, like, stretch our legs, walk around. I was just standing by the railing talking to my dad, and I looked at him, I was like, I could see this game getting away from them, like, quickly, very quickly, because they were fighting it the whole. We sat on the Sabres shoot only one side, so the first period we basically saw all the action because it was right there. Like, the entire first period was basically played in the Sabres end. lucky enough, they come out of the period. It's tied, right? Yeah, I think it was tied. Their second goal was scored early in the second, but I just looked. I was like, it doesn't look good. I could see this game really getting away from them, and then second period comes around, boom, just an explosion. I don't think I've ever jumped out of my seat that many times at a hockey game, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun to be there. It was.
I heard the arena was buzzing that day. I didn't go to that game, but
a lot of it, I think, was from all the penalties, and both games, honestly, so many penalties.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of fans weren't happy with the weird second goal Ottawa got. There was a lot of boos. There was probably some of the loudest booing I've ever heard at refs. And then the shorthanded goes in, and the arena just exploded with noise. It was crazy. It seemed like the tide turned there, and it did, because then they went up 4-2, and then 5-2. And then you sit down for the third, and they scored 2 really quick goals, and I look over, and I'm like, I've been to enough of these to know how this usually goes. This game's either going to overtime or they're losing in regulation. But Lindy Ruff called the timeout of the year.
I was gonna say, I think everybody thought we were gonna lose that game once those 2 goals went in, but gotta give Lindy credit, because
Generational timeout. I mean,
it was the best timeout.
It's going in the
he's ever
documentary.
had. Yeah,
it's going in the documentary.
Yeah, like they started off the period really bad, but I thought the rest of the game they were fine. Like I don't think they played bad that period. I mean, they responded after that timeout.
My thing was, if you looked at the number, like I remember looking at natural stat trick after the game, because I was curious, because the first period was terrible. I think they had like a 20 expected goals for percentage, and then in the second they had like a 70. And then I was curious about the third, because it was obviously back and forth, and they kind of got crushed again. It was like 30 expected goals for. So like they had one great period, and the other 2 they were kind of hanging on by Alex Lyon, and got some help from Levi Marilainen. I mean, he dished them the first goal of the game on that penalty kill.
Shots were 18-4 at one point in the second period. 18-4.
Looking, I mean, they took control of that period. It was just, especially after that game, I was very like, all right, this is nice, good story, good to get off the whole losing streak. But the Florida one, I get that win is so much. It's hard to not get excited about that. It's their most complete performance in, I don't know, a while. I don't know. I just I guess not to jump off the Ottawa game, which in and of itself, very fun game. Probably the one of the more fun games in recent memory. I mean, last year I guess you had the Vegas game, but before that it's been some time. So I don't know. I guess moving on to the Florida game, this is just, it was a complete performance, and I know that. Oh God, I hate the one that I have to lead this conversation, because I'm the one that's like trying to be like, all right, everybody, stop being so excited. Shut up. They're still under
Debbie Downer over here.
They're still under 500. But I mean, yeah, like there's not like this game. What can you even complain about besides maybe the officiating? Was this the game Justin Key was officiating for?
No, I thought that was Ottawa.
Was that Ottawa? All right. Florida had 7 power plays. 7.
Didn't score on one of them.
Did not score on a single one.
Their PK's first in the league, 95.7%.
Absolutely cooking right now on the penalty kill.
It's funny because I think at least once a year we'll say like, oh, the PK's cooking. Like once we go on a penalty kill, I'm not even worried. And then like the next week we just get like toasted. So I'm not gonna say I'm not worried like I probably have in the past, but it has genuinely been really good. They have their guys putting out there. I mean, it's Tuch and McLeod, and against the Panthers, it was Kozak and Malenstyn. And I mean, there weren't really. I mean, even at 5-on-5, the Panthers really didn't have that many like high danger chances. And considering they had 7 power plays, you would think that like Lyon absolutely stood on his head. And I mean, he played great. I'm not saying he didn't, but like, I just thought the defense overall was very, very good last night, including our penalty kill. I mean, we were on the kill. I mean, I know there were some overlaps there was some 4-on-4s there, but 7 penalties. I mean, that's 14 minutes. That's almost a third of the game. We were on the penalty kill and no goals against the reigning Cup champions. I know Barkov is hurt. I know I know Barkov and Tuch are hurt, but they still got Marchand. They still got Reinhart. Like, their team's still loaded. It's still one of the better rosters, even with those two guys out. So it was just a very impressive performance overall, and it just shows what happens when your special teams are actually good. Once you get a power play goal, a power play goal, 2 goals actually, and then your penalty kill. That's how good teams win. Like, that's how they keep going. So if they could keep this hot streak up with the special teams, like it will be hard to beat us because we're winning at special teams, at least obviously just these past 2 games.
Yeah. No, team defense was fantastic in the Florida game. There was honestly, like, I sat behind the net for that game, but behind the Sabres net twice. So just watching from like a bird's eye view, there was block shots, there was clearing the puck out, there was no stupid turnovers, there wasn't much like clutter in front of the net, there wasn't a ton of high danger chances like rebounds and all that stuff. Just very, very clean hockey in our own end, and the scoreboard showed it at the end of the day. I mean, even if you take away the power play, I mean, I could still say the Sabres maybe win that game 2-1, maybe even 1-0. You don't win a lot of hockey games 1-0, but the defense of that game was that good to the point where I wasn't too worried. By the time they had their 6th and then their 7th power play, I did not feel worried about it.
It felt like they deserved more goals. I mean, this wasn't like a low scoring affair. I mean, Zucker hit that post wide open in the first period. Benson had a wraparound that went straight from post to post through the crease in the third. Like,
there were a bunch of deflections that didn't go our way either.
Yeah,
like are you kidding me?
They had their looks. They were the better team in period 1, period 2, and period 3. It's just, there's really nothing to complain about in that performance. I did want to speak on the penalty kill because, first in the league, they're at 95%. It's thanks to Alex Lyon. I just pull up the numbers here on Evolving Hockey. They are 30th in the league in expected goals against per 60. And they are at 1.5 goals against per 60. That is an 11 goal difference in terms of what's going in versus what maybe should go in. That is, thank you, Alex Lyon.
Shows what happens when you get some good goaltending, right?
It's good. Well, it's good. Some regression might be in order.
That's fair. I am a little surprised by that because I do genuinely feel like the PK has looked pretty good. Like, I don't feel like they've given up as many chances as maybe you're saying. But speaking of the goaltending, like, UPL has not been good on the power play in past seasons, and Lyon obviously has been so far. And that's not even speaking of UPL's overall. Like, he hasn't had 2 good seasons the past 2 years, but on the penalty kill, it has been noticeable. Like, he has not gotten many saves, so this is definitely a noticeable difference.
Yeah, no, I don't want it to. Their thing is the Sabres have fully embraced what, like, we have been asking them for them to do, and that's just power kill, and, like, that just leads to a lot of opportunities against,
it's fair.
Some teams are going to take advantage of that, and if you play loose and kind of loop around in the zone while on the penalty kill, there's going to be some shots coming your way, and we've seen that. But on the other side, they pun not intended, but they live by the sword, they die by the sword. They get their chances too. They shorthanded goal against Ottawa. They've embraced that. So I guess if Lyon can hold the fort, hey, what's there really complain about? I wouldn't be surprised if we see some more pucks going in the net. I highly doubt they're going to be sticking around at 95% all year.
Could you stop being such a downer? Come on, this is supposed to be a fun episode.
I know. Sorry.
It is definitely due for regression. You got to give credit to the the defense too, because Bryson went out in the first period, so they were running 5 defense a lot. Like even I was with my dad, and he was like, "I've seen Connor Timmins out there a lot," and I didn't know Bryson was hurt by that time. And I was like, "Yeah, he has been out there, and he's been good." And Samuelsson has been very good the few games he has played so far. So they're all playing good, and obviously Dahlin's kind of off to a slow start too. So I think it just speaks to, those other 5 guys that have been playing a lot, how well they have been playing, at least defensively. Obviously, offensively, Dahlin's off to a slow start.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Connor Timmins currently leads the league in block shots right now. He's just been soaking them left and right.
I said at one of the games, I was like, he did not sign up for this. This guy was supposed to be the third pair, limited minutes, and they're like, yeah, you got to get double shifted Connor. He's like, what? It's like, I'm not getting paid enough for this.
Last game.
Okay, so I think it changed tonight because, Boston, Vegas. Actually, well, I think it was when the game ended, Vegas hadn't played last night. And then Edmonton and Boston both played today. So currently, Connor Timmins is 4th in the NHL in blocks with 18. Only Darnell Nurse, Brandon McNabb, and Andrew Peak have more, and they've all played 1 or 2 more games. So putting his life on the line. 5 games in.
Hey, that's what we like to see. And I think overall the defense has been pretty good. Even these first 5 games, I feel like the pairs and the defensemen have genuinely been pretty solid. I'll have my complaints on Bryson and Johnson, but I'm not even going to count them really as part of this decor. But I think the other guys have been good, and that's without Kesselring even in the lineup yet.
Mm-hmm.
Getting Samuelsson back is more important than I think a lot of people would want to believe.
Kind of wild to say that after all the crap that's been said about him.
We give him a lot of credit. Didn't we say like who do we trust him or Ryan John? I don't know what we were thinking. Like no, like Matthias Samuelsson is more valuable in the lineup than any one of Bryson, Johnson, even Zach Jones. Like he just is. It comes with the contract. It comes with the ability that he sometimes doesn't live up to. But like Matthias Samuelsson and Connor Timmins as your third pair. I don't know. Was that? I guess last game they weren't really running pairs with the 5D, but
it was Power and Timmins and Samuelsson and Bryson.
Yeah, but like once you get Michael Kesselring, hopefully this week, back in the lineup, like having Samuelsson and Timmins on your third pair that was the plan, and it's a pretty good third pair on paper.
Yeah, it's much better on the eyes than watching that first period with Bryson and Johnson out there. Yeah. They were getting caved in, man. It was bad.
It'll
be really
immediate.
Bad.
It'll be an immediate upgrade from those two, and no disrespect to either of them. And pour one out for Ryan Johnson, sent back down to Rochester once again, and Zach Jones just getting called back up today, as a matter of fact.
And Metsa has also been called up.
Yeah, and we might see Metsa tomorrow. You never know.
Yeah,
could be him or Jones, but that'll be cool. But yeah, overall, like Samuelsson, I have not minded his game in a single game this season. Like I don't think he's
being more physical too. Like he's with his body type and being a captain, and obviously with all the shit that happened last year, I think so far it has been a good response. Granted, I'm sure he got a lot of pushback from coaches and everybody over the offseason, so how much of this was on his own decision, but it's definitely, I think it's the most physical we've seen him play, and I have seen him get into scraps. Like I think even last game was chippy. We haven't even touched on that. And Samuelsson was getting in there too. So if he can bring that every night, if he can bring this play so far, you can't complain about the contract. At least the dollar amount we're giving him, because that's what we paid him for, to be a good defender and to be a little scrappy.
And you could tell that the injuries with him, that it would with any player, but they take your toll on your mental game. And I think Hamilton was interviewing him pre-Panthers game, and I think he dropped an F-bomb in the interview because he was asked about his injuries, and he just goes, "Man, it effing sucks." You try all these different things, you try and get your body right, and just not being able to stay healthy is extremely frustrating. So I hope he stays healthy, and I hope he keeps this play up because it is needed in this lineup, especially in a role like the third pair.
I think we've kind of beat around the bush for too long. Which dog do we want to start with? Because we got one back earlier this week, and another one, he has been their best player from game 1 to game 5. Who should we start with?
I say the one who scored his first 2 goals was a Sabre.
Josh motherfucking Doan, dude. Talk about a guy that just when you understand why Utah was just so unwilling to trade him. Dude, the eye test is just so it just pops, dude. He just is a player you just have your eyes glued to from start to finish of his shift. It's unreal. And now the goals are coming. He's getting the opportunity. And just look at the impact. It's Zach Benson as well, but just look at the impact he's had on the power play in these past 2 games.
Yeah, I mean he's one of those guys that we've talked about for the past 5 years, or at least Kevin Adams has, saying we need guys who are hard to play against. Josh Doan is the definition of that. Sam Lafferty and Mason Geertsen don't make you harder to play against. Guys like Josh Doan and Benson are the definition of that. And Doan is just he's a relentless forechecker, and he's all over the ice.
He's just been a perfect identification of what the since Ruff has been hired, and they, like you said, they've been talking about guys that make them harder to play against, and guys that just fit in this system. Josh Doan fits like a glove in the style of game that Lindy Ruff wants to play, as opposed to someone who JJ Peterka has been fantastic for Utah to start. I think he picked up another assist tonight. He's been so good, but Josh Doan is infinitely a better fit in this system and how they want to play. And it was a 5 games, but holy cow, dude. I mean, we joked about it in the preseason, the Sabres might have another perfect player. I think they have another perfect player. This dude is just killing it on all levels and has been just one of the main engines these past 2 games into just changing their style and motor of play.
Yeah, when you look at those 2 guys, it's like those are the perfect 2 players you need for your top 2 lines. Just playmaking ability, nose for the puck, physical in the corners, forechecker. Those are the guys you need to set up these types of goals for your, high-end scoring talent. And I watched 120 minutes of hockey with my dad this week, and he still wears his navy blue Ryan Miller jersey that he's had probably for a decade and a half. And he told me, he's like, I might be getting a Josh Doan jersey because this is it reminds me of watching his dad.
Hell yeah.
He's like, that might be my next jersey. He was talking about Luukkonen and all this a couple years ago, and he's like, I haven't gotten a jersey, and he's like, I might be getting a Josh Doan jersey.
You were not allowing that to happen.
That was not happening. Not on my watch. I was like, I don't know, man. Levi might, you might want to hold off on that. But now I'm like, no, go get the Josh Doan jersey. I mean, this guy's legit.
He's tied for the team lead in points, and 3 of those points are on the power play. We mentioned earlier, the Seth Appert apology form was for some reason out there.
I was thinking of Benson. Benson, he has 5 points, and 2 of them are on the power play. But yeah, continue.
Yeah. But I was saying the Seth Appert apology form was out there. Obviously, it's ridiculous. It's been basically 2 good games of power play, but you do have to give him, or at least the coaching staff, credit for switching up their unit, because basically the unit the first few games, it was the same as last year, and last year was not good, and it started off the season really bad. Now you put in Zach Benson because he gets healthy, which, by the way, Benson wasn't on the power play for any of the preseason for whatever reason.
I think he got a
But
single.
now-
Well, it may be on like the second unit, but yeah, like barely got any time. And I was joking about it during the Ottawa game. I'm like, there he is. He's on the first unit, the first shift of the game. Like it was only a matter of time, but it's just still funny. It didn't take long.
Yeah, and then obviously putting Doan on it. I mean, he was supposed to be on the second unit at least for the preseason, and now those two are both on the top unit. And look at how their power play is being. They have good forecheckers who are able to retrieve pucks. I mean, that's been one of our issues on the power play is we don't have good forecheckers who can go and retrieve the puck and keep the puck in the zone and keep it cycling around. And that's also one of the reasons why it's looking so good. Like it's funny. You look at that power play, and other than Tage and Dahlin, an outsider view would probably not predict the other three to be in our top unit. Benson, Doan, and Zucker. Like it's kind of a mix and match, but it's working. Like this, it's working, and I can't complain. And Benson on the one wing has been fun. It's been really good.
I mean, they just first of all, I mean, when Christian was first talking about Doan, the playmaking, like, yeah, the guy he's got some playmaking upside, and I know the 2 goals the other day were, the headlines, but, even like he's like trying to thread the needle on some high danger chances, and so far we've mostly seen on the power play. Like the second Jason Zucker goal was a perfect example of that against Ottawa, where it took a deflection off the Ottawa guy and bounced off of Zucker and into the net, but he was trying to feed it from the wing to back door. And talking in terms of the entire power play, like with Benson on it, like Jason Zucker's goal, the first one against Ottawa, you had like Zach Benson kept the puck in at the point. Rasmus Dahlin was on the goal line, and then he fed it to Jason Zucker coming down the wing. Like, thank you. Finally, I don't need that happening every shift where you have, I don't need Dahlin on the friggin' goal line, but that means people, they're moving, they're switching spots from time to time, and it doesn't mean like you spend like all of 2 seconds in your designated spots and then you're running around the ice. It's like, no, you go for one look, you start moving, get a few different looks, and then good things happen. And we saw that. It's off. A lot of times power play goals are off of broken plays. I mean, we saw that on Josh Doan's his second goal against Florida, where I'm trying to think where everybody was on that. I mean, I don't think Thompson was on the ice. I think Jack Quinn was out there for him, and
Tage was
he
in the
tried.
box. Yeah.
He tried to feed Zucker back door. It bounced behind the net, and then Benson filled Quinn's spot on the wall, and then he found Josh Doan, who just knew, or it was Zucker, and he just knew to find him back door. Like, that's why the power plays had so much success, and I think Doan and Benson, they're big engines of that. They want to move. They want to go around the ice. You can't keep them stationary in one spot. It does not compute. And, on top of that, they are great playmakers. Like, they just know where to feed the puck a lot more than, they have way more playmaking upside than a Josh Norris does. And honestly, maybe even more than an Alex Tuch does. I don't know.
Gotta let the dogs off the leash. You gotta let them run free. You gotta let them make plays.
So yeah, it's Josh Doan has just been. He's just popped for 5 straight games. I mean, we tweeted out the numbers there earlier today, in terms of where he ranks compared to the rest of the Sabres. Right now he's tied for second in goals, he's tied for first in points. He's first in expected goals for per 60, first in expected goals against per 60, and that would mean, yeah, you guessed it, first in expected goals for percentage. He's first in Corsi percentage and third in goals for percentage. Like, dude, even when they were going through that 3-game slump, everybody was like, yeah, Doan is looking good. And finally he got rewarded these past 2 games.
And
Great.
I really like the line that he's on right now. Like Tuch, McLeod, and Doan, I just think the 3 of those work perfectly together. Like I think honestly, Tuch and McLeod just kind of seem like a pair. on this team right now, and putting Doan in it, I think he just fits what they want to do so well.
He's eligible for an extension. I'm just saying.
You're saying the same thing about about Benson over the summer. And
I'm just saying. Speaking of Zach Benson, Josh Doan is tied for first on the team in points. Do you want to know who he's tied with?
In 5 games, by the way, for Doan.
Yeah.
Bubble boy.
Zach Benson is tied for first in points on this team. He's played 2 games.
I saw this.
He's wearing a bubble.
Sabres PR
Remember
tweeted
Cousins,
out.
It couldn't compute for Dylan Cousins. He was like,
he's wearing a blindfold.
He was like, I can't see out of this thing. Zach Benson says, screw that. I'm gonna completely change the trajectory of this team right now.
That was a hilarious excuse by Cousins, by the way.
Oh, God. Dude,
I mean, I've never worn a bubble, so I can't attest to it. But
neither have I. I don't know. I hear it fogs up a lot, but Sabres PR before the Florida game tweeted out that if Zach Benson recorded 1 assist, he would tie Pat LaFontaine for the most assists through his first 2 games in a season in Buffalo Sabres history. And I think he did it, right? He got a secondary assist on one of the goals.
He has 5 assists, yeah.
Him and Pat LaFontaine are in the same statistical category in a franchise stat. Let that sink in real quick. Why did they not extend this guy over the summer? They should have. They really should have, because now it's going to cost them more.
They can still do it now. There's no stopping them. But why would he do that? He's on pace for 169 assists right now. I mean, why would he do that? I mean, Tuch Thompson hasn't even been scoring yet. He hasn't.
No.
Tuch Thompson hasn't even scored. I guess
he's 1 goal.
He's 1 goal. He has 1 goal. He hasn't even broken out yet, and Zach Benson is already racking up assists.
And same with his line partner Kulik. I mean, I think we're all hoping he's going to get 20 goals. He only has 1 goal and it was an empty net. So Benson has 5 assists, and his line mates are not even playing that good right now.
Yeah, not to bring the mood down or anything, but when it comes Tuch Thompson, those 2 games I was at, he made a few stupid decisions with the puck. He hasn't looked like himself. I mean, he hasn't been scoring, but if there's one guy that I trust will figure it out at some point during a season, it's him. You're right. He has not broken out yet. He hasn't been playing his best hockey, and yet that line still continues to cook because of number 6, Zach Benson. Maybe the number 6 is what he needed. Am I crazy for saying that?
He lost aura, but he gained dog.
He may have gained aura with that number.
That's
Who
a
knows?
Bar. That is a bar.
He lost aura.
He lost aura, but gained dog.
Maybe he just needed to
Somebody
be shot
put that
in the
on
face.
A t-shirt.
Yeah, he just needed to be whoever hit him in the face in practice.
Dude, did he
that's
get
what he
hit
needed.
by a metal puck or something?
I'm convinced he took a Tuch Thompson slapper off the face. Genuinely.
That's
it
what I'm
looks
thinking.
so
We had
bad.
a black eye, and then it dripped, it was dripping
He had a
down
bandage
his
over
entire cheek.
Yeah.
What the hell? You sure you didn't get hit by 3 pucks?
An overnight hospital visit is what he needed for something like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, still scored 5 points in 2 games, by the way.
Yeah, and he's still himself. He's still winning battles in corners and stuff. It's not like he's shying away because his face is half bruised.
His face got bashed, and he's not like a Hathaway punching your lights out, and you're just not the same guy anymore.
It's so funny because I know when they inevitably have a few losing streaks, slumps here or there, I don't feel like people are ever gonna jump off the Josh Doan train. And I know first impressions are everything, but he's gonna be a guy that people just always fall in love with, and they're just gonna be like, oh man, he's always giving 100%. He likes to get greasy in the corners, this and that, and a lot of those same people are gonna be out on Benson, as we've seen with some sections of the fan base, and it's there is literally zero difference in their games aside from slightly different approaches, and Doan's probably Doan's a better skater, and Zach Benson is He's smaller. Like that's
Zach Benson.
That's really the only difference.
He was laying. This guy was. What button on NHL 25 do you use to like lay down on the ice? What is it, like
God.
LT or something? I haven't played video games in a while, but
God.
this guy was laying out for pucks.
Dude, you sound
left
like you're
and
35.
right. I am 35.
We should get going on this episode. It's 11 o'clock currently. He might pass out soon. We got a late show tonight.
Guys, it's past my bedtime. So I'm gonna log off here. But no, he's laying out, like, if he loses a battle, he'll come back around. He will lay out for this puck to at least get it off this guy's stick. He's just been all over anybody. Like he's almost like a rat. He's like a hound for the puck. He's just always there, and he's very important to this team, and it's shown in the last week.
I'm also glad that they reunited the Kulich-Tage line. Obviously, Kulich started off the season not too good, but that line worked last year, so I'm not sure why they didn't reunite it right away. And even going into the season, like, I know they wanted to force Norris and Tage. I mean, Norris and Tage were good together, but we knew this line worked, and I'm glad they brought it back, and I think that will help this team even more, too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, hopefully it can get a bit more going. I think their numbers were good in the Florida game. I mean, most people's were.
Kulich has looked good since Lindy kind of gave him a kick in the ass, so I think he's looked better at least.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a completely undeserved kick in the ass. Definitely a weird trajectory to go from first line center in Boston one night to 48 hours later. I feel like genuinely, I feel like the media and everybody might have bullied Lindy into playing him. I don't know. It was very weird. He was not on a line in practice, and then suddenly, after like 5 questions later, Lindy's like, "All right, fine, we'll fucking play him." Like, we'll put him in.
All right.
Considering all the injuries, there's no excuse not to play him, even if he's not playing.
That's what made it weird. It really seemed like he was lining up for a scratch. I mean, in the Colorado game, he was like on the first power play unit. I think he was on the first line that game. Obviously he started on the fourth, but like it was very weird. So
yeah, this isn't like, Lindy Ruff's teams of past where he's just had a loaded plethora of talent on offense to play, where he's like, oh, he's a young guy. He could probably, use a day to just watch and, be in the press box. It's like, not around here, buddy. It's like you cannot sit this guy. He's got to be in the lineup somewhere.
It's not like Kulich's not even really that guy anymore because he had the full rookie season. Now it's
still it still makes him an easy target, I would say. Like, he's still probably close to 100 NHL games.
Team.
Yeah, he's still one of the younger guys. Easier target for a coach to be like, hey, you could probably benefit from watching a game. Not around here. It's buddy. You want Mason Geertsen playing up on the second line, because things could get weird real quick.
Well, and
all right, I'll play him.
Danforth was the guy they were moving up to the third line, who, by the way, I actually think he was solid in a few games, but now he's hurt too. So it's like scratching Kulich would have been really dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Danforth is going to be out for a while.
I think a month.
Injuries.
You get a lot of them over the course of a season. Not a lot. It's not very common to have so many at the beginning of a season like this.
You're teeing this up so good, I have to say. Well, speaking of injuries, if you're hurt in a car, be sure to call our sponsor, William Attar, 844-444-4444. With a focus on motor vehicle accidents, the team at William Attar has handled thousands of cases like yours. Let them help you get the money you deserve after a motor vehicle accident. Rideshare, truck, motorcycle, car, only call William Attar. 844-444-4444. So I was doing a little bit of digging because talking about the Florida game in and of itself, something about it felt familiar, and I didn't know what it was. I was like, early season, full 60-minute effort, everybody's feeling good. It's like, why does this feel so familiar? And I flashed back to a game last year. And I don't know, maybe off the top of your head, maybe you're thinking, what's he talking about last year? Is it like one of the Western road trip games? And the answer is no. Do you remember the Stars game at home last year?
Yes, I was there. I
Yeah.
do remember that game.
Up against a Stanley Cup contender. And while against the Panthers, they definitely beat them for 3 straight periods. The Dallas game was similar in that they they were going toe to toe with a Stanley Cup contender for 3 periods. Took a 3-0 lead. Had a goal of the year tic-tac-toe play involving Owen Power. That was that Tage Thompson blue line blast that made them go up 3-0. Dallas would go on to score 2 goals, make it a 4-2 game. But I don't know, it felt familiar. The date last year, if you want to check your calendars, so it was October 22nd. Today's October 19th as of right now. I'm just saying, it feels familiar. And we saw how last year went. That's all I'm saying.
Bringing the mood down again.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry. I'm serious though. Like after that game ended, I was like, why does this feel like so? Like I feel like we were literally here last year. Because you gotta remember, Sabres started 0-3 last season. Fought their way back. Do you want to know what this game made the Sabres in terms of their record?
The Stars game?
Yep.
Weren't they? I'm gonna take a guess here.
2-3.
2-4.
Close. 3-4-1. So 1 game under 500. Eerily similar.
Well, this year's different, so it don't matter.
Yeah, history doesn't always repeat itself. It does a lot, but not this year. It doesn't.
All right. Just wanted to bring that up. 3-point night for Owen Power, that was. 3-point night.
Yeah. But the defensemen, I feel like, actually have been like getting involved a lot. Like I noticed that a lot yesterday. Byram was getting down in the zone. Power obviously had the goal. Like they have been moving up and down the ice, which is obviously good to see. And that's without Dahlin obviously even playing at his best.
It's always nice when the defensemen
man.
jump up into the rush like that. Power streaking down the wing, backdoor, tapping, seal the deal, 3-0.
I'm so excited to see what Kesselring's gonna look like, man.
Me too.
Just
I've been really, really hoping to get that tweet that says Michael Kesselring's back at practice in a non-contact uniform. Like finally, like I want to see what this guy looks like in a regular season.
It's just another one of those like, what the hell is going on with this rehab, man? Because he was week to week like a month ago, and I mean not fully a month, probably like 3 or 4 weeks ago, but. I mean, yeah, like he did a rehab skate on Friday, I think it was. Like, I hope they get him back this week. I don't know. It's weird.
My guess is not this week, next week.
God,
that's what I'm going to go off of.
It's like a full month out of action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And once again, Doan isn't even the centerpiece of the Peterka trade. Like, we haven't even seen the centerpiece. Like, I think Doan could overshadow Kesselring. Like I don't know. Like
I don't know. What would you consider Kesselring the centerpiece?
I would say so.
With the initial trade, yeah.
I mean, not that Doan was just an add-on, but I think Kesselring was the main guy they wanted.
Their goal was to get
defenseman.
better defensively and get a right-handed defenseman to play in the top 4.
I don't disagree, but Utah definitely didn't care very much that it was Kesselring. It seems like.
I mean, maybe that's why they got Doan. Maybe they were like, we'll give you Kesselring and you can have Doan. Or I don't know. Who knows what the conversations were like? But I mean, considering that I think this guy was the centerpiece. I mean, you see how Josh Doan has been. It's like this guy's got to be pretty good too, right? Well, we'll see. We will see. Hopefully, he's back in practice this week at some point. I highly doubt he plays either Monday or Wednesday, but. He will be back.
Yeah, and we haven't heard anything on Bryson's injury yet, but them calling up Zach Jones probably indicates something, so we'll see if Metza or Jones gets in this week. and that obviously just pushes the Kessel ring getting back even more importantly.
Yeah, it looks like Bryson got like sandwiched between a defenseman and the ref. So he got took a shot to like the upper body area.
Are we sure
didn't
it wasn't
see what
Justin
happened.
Key, man? I'm sorry. It's just every time. Every time.
He has it out for us.
Hate that guy, dude. He's the worst. Well, there is one storyline that we have not touched on whatsoever that absolutely deserves to be talked about. The goaltending. Alex Lyon has played every game this season, and what would you even consider his worst game? I guess the Rangers game, was that the most amount of goals he had scored on him?
Yeah,
but like
like
in the
bad
last
last 5
minutes.
minutes. Yeah.
I guess Ottawa he had 4 scored on him, but yeah.
Man, I don't know. It's like I feel like they were just, there wasn't a lot of, they lost games. There wasn't a lot of bad from the goaltending at all. I think it was more or less just like team breakdowns, just kind of like hanging them out to dry, especially at the end of that Rangers game. But I have no complaints about him as of right now. I think he is your number one going forward. And I know you know this is going to be my argument.
Surprise.
He absolutely should be.
Well,
he absolutely
well,
should be.
well. See, I got JP agrees with me.
Hey, at our season preview, I remember Christian said, I'm excited to see Lyon play, and I kind of dogged on him for it. He was right. I mean, he's been very good. Like,
When am I wrong, Jameson? When am I wrong?
but he's been
don't
good.
fact check me on that.
He's looked like calm and collected. He's never like out of position. He's making the saves. Like he hasn't made any like insane saves, but like he's just been extremely reliable.
Very fundamentally sound.
Evolving Hockey has him at the second highest goals saved above expected, 7.3.
I saw that.
Guess who's
Money.
number one? Probably can't. You probably won't.
I saw this stat. I forget who it was.
Hold on.
He plays for like a I don't know. They've kind of won some games this year, but like you would think of them as a bad team.
Think of it. Not Dustin Wolf, right?
No.
Wolf hasn't played
No.
yet. Oh,
He got
Oh,
yanked
is he
in,
not?
right? No,
well,
he's been playing. Yeah, no, the Flames
See?
they've been off to a bad
oh,
start.
Not always right.
Wolf. My bad. I thought you said Wolf.
Yeah, right conference.
Oh no.
I just looked at who it is. I know who it is.
Stuart
I don't know what
Skinner.
team he plays on though.
No, it is
I forget
Spencer
this guy
Knight.
got traded there. Yeah.
Spencer Knight. He's at
Where?
8.49, dude. He's going through the ringer in Chicago. Jesus.
Oh, that's right. He's
I don't
in
know
Chicago.
if that might not even be updated from tonight because they just walked off against the Ducks tonight, and it was a 2-1 win. So it might even be higher. I don't know. Yeah,
He's been great.
Spencer Knight, Alex Lyon, Igor Shesterkin, Connor Hellebuck, Thatcher Demko. That's your top 5.
Elite company.
Is a top 5.
I'm
Let me just
I'm
scroll down the list. Where is Linus Allmark?
oh jeez.
58.
Where is he? I actually can't. I don't know. Do I have to flip to the next page for him?
He's like, let me expand my screen real quick.
Oh my God, he's last. Oh my God,
my
he's
God.
Oh, he's
last.
dead. He's dead last.
He's behind
62
Marilyn.
Of 62 goalies, he is 62nd.
I was
Where's
close. I said
Marilainen?
58. I was close.
Marilyn is 59th. Dude, Dustin Wolf is there, 61st. Jeez.
Wow, I was not.
Wow, you
I
were
was-
way
I
off.
was
You were
way
wrong.
off. Oh my God. Jesus.
Yeesh.
He's dead last. How many games
Minus-
has he played? 3?
5.
Oh yeah, Ottawa's
even
played
play
like
this-
7 games, right?
Yeah. 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 Well, because
Wow, 5 games.
Florida let him up the one night, and they just lost like 5-4 to the Islanders. Yeah.
Yeah, they had that breakdown at the end of that game. They were tied with like Anders Lee walked. What defenseman did he walk?
Is it Spence?
And-
I think it was Spence.
Jordan Spence.
Yeah.
Yeah, he walked. Jordan Spence just went to the front, and just buried it behind him. Just like, it's a tough way to lose.
I saw
I've seen a
somebody
lot
on-
of those.
Sometimes I get sends Twitter stuff on my feed. Like I saw somebody saying, like, "Man, we really got fleeced in an Allmark trade." I'm like, "What the? How bad? Has he really been that bad? You traded Jonas Korpisalo."
You want to go back to that?
Like, yeesh. All right, I guess he's really been that bad, huh?
But he had a great, didn't he? He had like a great season for them last year.
I think he was up and down, but like he was good in the playoffs. I know at the very least. I don't know. I guess.
Yeah, you can't complain.
Definitely been a bad start to this year. 62 of 62 is not where you want to be.
That is pretty rough.
Let's take a look where he is. Scrolls down, and he's dead last. Jeez, man. It just shows how crazy goaltending is. This guy was a Vezina winner 3 years ago.
Your bottom 3 goalies. Like, it's kind of crazy to think about. You got Allmark, former Vezina winner, Dustin Wolf, probably should have won the Calder last year, maybe even friggin' deserved hard votes, and then Sam Montembeault, who helped spearhead a Montreal playoff run. Like,
yep.
Is Montreal still winning in spite of him?
Yeah. I think they have a few overtime wins, but yeah.
Yeah, their backup has been very good, too.
A few overtime wins. I'm starting to smell 2018-19 Buffalo Sabres.
Oh, boy, here we go.
No, it's Montreal hate week. We play them tomorrow.
We do?
That's true.
Got to get back to 500. Please.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised Lions played all 5 games, to be honest. Like, I really did think Ellis was going to play one of these games this week.
Yeah. I don't even think to see... I mean, it's kind of crazy this week. Like, so Colton Ellis, I mean, he's not going to play tomorrow, but like if he did, he'd be making his debut in friggin' Montreal. Is he going to go Wednesday? I don't feel like they'd do that either unless Lyon had a bad Monday, and even then he's facing one of the better teams in the league, and then he's either playing the Leafs.
Probably Friday.
I mean, like somebody's getting in Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, but UPL might be back.
Friday's an interesting environment because it's the Leafs in Buffalo. Or he's debuting on Hockey Night in Canada on Saturday. I think they're the Hockey Night in Canada game. Like, crazy.
And UPL is trending back, so like we'll see.
Well,
we don't know the timetable, but
the interesting thing is going to be, I think first of all, like Luukkonen should 1,000% be in the AHL. Like, he needs a conditioning stint. He's seen one period of action.
Yeah,
like,
that's fair.
They should not bring him up right away. But when he's ready to be brought up, are you gonna put Colton Ellis on waivers again? I don't think you're gonna keep him. St. Louis would be happy to scoop him back up. Now I still got the page. I know Joel Hofer's been pretty bad for St. Louis. It's like, I'm sure they wouldn't mind to throw another backup in there and get their guy back. And then, I mean, look at the teams we're talking about. I mean, Ottawa, for example, could use a backup goaltender. Like, I don't think you're keeping them past here. So, like, do they go 3 goalies? I don't know. Lindy's never seemed open to the idea of that. Even when they would bring Levi up last year, they would just spot him a start here and there. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see when Luukkonen gets back. But it's sort of a good problem to have. You've got a goaltender playing great hockey. I mean, you should be thankful for that. You know, not a lot of teams can say that.
You got to enjoy it while you can too, because it could just turn so quickly. It really can, unless you have a Connor Hellebuck in there every single night.
Like, I love Alex Lyon. Love his dude has just, I think, the best personality I've ever seen in my life. He is a good goalie, but like the story of his career is like hot stretch after hot stretch after hot stretch. Like it's here and there where he has these great moments and groups of games of great hockey, and then it just kind of fades into the background a bit, and then comes back and steals you 3 or 4 straight games. So, like, I don't think they can really have him as their starter for 50 games here. Like, I know, like, it should be his net until he loses it, but like, I'm still preparing myself for that not happening.
Well, and obviously he's been either a backup or like a 1A, 1B situation. Like, I wonder what's the most amount of games he's ever started in a row. Because this is already 5. I think we're probably looking at 7 at the very least. So I'm curious if he's ever started 7 games in a row before in the NHL.
There's only 2 periods I would like. I mean, the whole season in Detroit, he was basically their starter the one year. So I guess I could go back and look at those game logs.
I think he only started like 40 games though.
Yeah.
Which I mean, so
trying
it
to
was,
look at the
he was
stretch
just 1A,
against-
1B.
I'm trying to look at the stretch with Florida where he basically saved their season. Let me see. I mean,
He started 43 games in that big year against Detroit, with Detroit.
yeah.
And then he did start 14 games with Florida, so maybe, but
Let me see here. 22, 23. I think we have our answer. Well, 8 straight games to get them into the playoffs.
okay. Fair
So,
enough.
Yeah.
I'll check the Red Wings 23, 24.
Damn, dude, he was just so good during that stretch. 2 goals against, 2 goals against, shutout, 1 goal against, 2 goals against, 2 goals against, 1 goal or 2 goals against, and then the last game of the season let in 6. Like, dude, no wonder he's a freaking folk hero there. Like, my
Oh my
God.
God. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That is a crazy stretch of hockey and the most important stretch of the season.
Lyon, did they maybe he was hurt at the beginning of the season? I don't know. He didn't play at all for maybe the first 20 games, and then he was their starter. He played 10 games in a row and he played 7 games in a row, had 1 game break, and played 10 games in a row. So I'll bite my words. Maybe he can handle that
it was
workload
23,
a little
Maybe he's
more.
24,
primed
right?
for a
Yeah.
stretch of games here.
So they had
Yeah.
so to start
He's had
that
a bunch
season,
of
so to start that season they had Husso and Reimer. That was
Yeah.
their first 2. And then I think Husso just kind of played his way out of a job.
yeah.
Or actually no, it looks like it was Reimer. Looks like they were doing
Oh,
3
yeah.
goalies.
Yeah, I'm seeing that too.
3 goalies.
4
and then
goalies. Hutchinson. I don't know who that is.
Probably Michael Hutchinson. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Yep. 10 games in a row.
Yeah. With the
Yeah.
7-game stretch before that.
Yep.
He was clearly their starter for like the last half of the
He was
season.
basically dynamite in that stretch too, as well. 2 goals against, 2 goals against, 1 goal against, 4 shutouts, 2 goals against, 3 goals against, 3 goals against. Then he had a bad 8. Looks like he kind of burnt out towards the end, but
Yeah.
man, dude. And yeah, I mean, he had 10 starts. Reimer started a game. He started 3 more. Back to Reimer. Like he had to have played like 20 of like 18 games.
Yeah.
So,
It was
I
7,
guess
then
he's done
10, then 3, then 5.
I guess he's
So-
done it.
Yeah. So I'll bite my words on that. I guess he probably could handle this, but still at some point you're going to want to get someone in. And obviously Ellis is probably playing, I would say, Friday.
It's a tough game. Basically an away game, to be honest.
Not if we pack
Well,
the
it's
building.
it's either going to be with Leafs fans in Buffalo or Leafs
I wonder
fans
what
in
tickets
Toronto.
are
so-
right now. I'm very curious. Like last year, like I don't think did they even sell out that last game against the Leafs?
Let me take a look real quick. Oh boy.
I mean, Christian, you picked a good
Ticket
week
prices.
to go. You picked a good week to go watch some games because there were some deals.
I know. My dad was like, he's like, we've won 2 in a row. We might as well keep this streak going. Maybe we can go Wednesday. But yeah, no, dude. That Wednesday against the Senators, 200 level, I got $32. That's how cheap they were.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
Leafs tickets
Insanely cheap.
looks like
ESPN's saying $57. I don't know what
Yeah,
actual
I'm not-
Ticketmaster says.
Ticketmaster lowest right now looks like 52. So like pretty standard. Doesn't even look like the seats are all that packed as of now.
Yeah,
but then
52.
you compare that to the Wednesday game. ESPN's saying $15. So
Yeah. So yeah.
$15 to $57.
Let's take a look.
Crazy.
Let's see if we can find some deals, boys. What are we working with against the Red Wings? Yeah, $18, 300s. Bet you can find some good deals
TSR
in
live
here.
from in KeyBank Center.
Live in Key
Good.
Center. Yeah, you can get lower bowl tickets for $40. No, sorry, $35.
It's pretty good.
Wow.
I think Jonah and I will be there Friday. I mean, if Jonah's available, I know we have tickets Friday, so that'll be a good one against
Let's
Toronto.
sell 'em. Let's sell 'em.
Let's sell 'em.
Get our money back.
Make a profit.
Ruin our reputation.
Yeah. I feel like there were 3 games last week. We haven't mentioned at all the first game. I mean, I'm not saying we have to talk
think that's
about
for
it
the
a
better.
lot.
You know, I think that's
I
for
agree,
the better.
but I
I
think
mean,
we
what is
should
it
at
really
least
to
mention
talk,
they
I
did
mean,
lose.
like, what is there really to talk about in that one? They just kind of lost. I mean,
It was
they
McKinnon.
started well, and then McKinnon was like, "Well, actually, you're not gonna. This isn't gonna be a game."
Yeah, we're not going to do this. We're
It's
getting
like-
out of here with our 2
It
points.
was like, "All right, you guys had a few good shifts. I'm just gonna like twirl around and shoot one in."
yeah, he's crazy.
Yeah, he's nuts. Second period was fine. They had a bad third period. It was pretty bad. I think they got outshot like 11-4. It was bad. It was very, very, very bad period. It kind of made me rethink the season, and I'm still kind of rethinking because of it. Those types of games, they sit with you. They sit with you. And I don't know. I guess I haven't really gone too much into it. Like the vibes are high right now, and there's good reason to be. I mean, these last 2 games have been incredibly fun. How many times have I said it this episode where last game was their most complete performance in a very long time? My thing is, look, at the end of the day, they are still 2-3. They've had 4 good periods of hockey here, and their goaltending's been great. Special teams have been great. You know, there's regression on those things is in order. Does the 5v5 play pick up? Does them getting healthier pick up? You know, does those things regressing? You know, when Tuch Thompson finally starts scoring, when Rasmus Dahlin finally kind of wakes up here and gets to his high level of play, does that counteract it? It could. My thing is just it ties into like the Alex Tuch stuff. Like just hearing that contract stuff is just so. Like, dude, I don't think they're going to get it. My gut feel right now is like it's not that they're not going to get a deal done. It's like you just can't do what they're asking for. If Alex Tuch is asking for over $11 million, dude, I like, no, absolutely not. Even over 10, I'm like, dude, like, you're not going to be worth that in a few years' time, but like, I'm willing to do it, overpay him by like $1 million. Like at $11 million, it's like, what are we doing here? You know?
Yeah,
it's things like that, like having that hanging over your team. And while the vibes are good from these last 2 games, like they're gonna have their droughts, and like this season, if they don't make the playoffs, Tuch Thompson is probably gone, and no matter how this season ends, if Kevin Adams is still at the helm, like I don't have faith in the long-term plans here. And it's why I hope I'm going to root for them to be a playoff team because it's just in my heart. I just can't root against them. It's not going to happen. But I'm just What was I gonna say? I was talking to one of my buddies, and he put this perfectly. And I told him I was gonna use this phrase on the pod. It was like, I'm gonna keep the Kool-Aid in the container, or keep the Kool-Aid in the fridge, something like that. Not gonna drink it yet.
It's an interesting.
Yeah.
That's what I told him. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna use that.
I think. Because I had some strong feelings about Alex Tuch's contract.
Think about where we. Oh, yeah, okay. Good. I thought you were talking about the team.
No,
just think about where we were a week ago, and it's
I
like,
agreed. But we agreed we were overreacting.
Yeah, but
you overreacted in both ways.
We were overreacting to what this team is. Like this team, like I said, I think they're pretty good. I think they're going to be in the playoff race. I think they can make the playoffs. But it's like, are we overreacting to the long-term plans here? 2 wins later, does that change? What are we building towards here? I still don't know. I don't know if they know.
Probably not, from all the reports saying that there's usually not a plan in place around here. But going back to Alex Tuch, I had some strong feelings about his contract earlier this week, and I said, even if you have to overpay him by $1 million, $1.5 million, you got to get it done. You have to stop the perpetual cycle of I get some people think at this point, if you overpay him, he doesn't fit the timeline of the team anymore. You're going to see regression, and he's going to have one of the worst end contracts in the game.
I don't think it'll be one of the worst ones. It's just
but it won't be worth what he's doing, which I understand. But in the here and now, sometimes you got to be a little more short-sighted on things and just deal with certain repercussions down the road. And I think this is one of those situations. I think you got to get it done. You got to pay him, even if you have to go over on the term a little bit. It's like, I'll deal with that in 5 years, man. I don't care. Like, if we come down to it and like 5 years from now, he's got 2 years left on a deal at $11 million, and then I'll be like, okay, now we got to figure out what we got to do. But for this regime and this organization right now, it's beneficial for them to have him on the team going forward. Like, you can't let this guy just walk out the door. And people will say, oh, you could trade him at the deadline for, assets and stuff. You're just, you're running on the hamster wheel still. And I'm not saying, getting futures back isn't a bad thing. It's just, how long are you going to wait? It's going to be more of, a player that, we'll see his prime in a few years and, maybe he'll pan out. He's not going to help the team now. Not getting that for a rental on a last year deal.
I saw Jonas smirk a little.
Well,
when
it's more like I think the Dylan Cousins trade has terrified everybody because it has gone awfully. And like last season, he got, the trade was already crowned last season, and he was getting glazed by the Canadian media for like 3 to 4 months. And, the Sabres did not make a good deal out of that. At least at this point in time, they look like they got absolutely fleeced just based off of availability from Josh Norris. But my thing is you should, don't let that scare you. Look at what we just talked about for 20 minutes of this episode with Josh Doan. You made a great deal and even if Peterka goes down as the best player in that trade, you got Josh Doan. You probably got a top 4 defenseman. And, look at the Casey Middlestat trade. That was a trade that, that was highly contested. And I was firmly on the Middlestat, trade him now. And I think that one turned out pretty well in terms of, when you identified when to say, we can't pay you at this point. It just doesn't work. We need to make a change. And my thing is Alex Tuch, you shouldn't be afraid to trade him just because of what Jack Eichel and Sam Reinhart have done and what Dylan Cousins is doing for a good team. And what JJ Peterka.
At that point.
I get it seems like a hamster wheel, but you got to do what's best for the team. You can't.
But I think what's best for the team is having him here. That's the thing. I was in the trade Casey Middlestat camp too.
Well, look,
I think him being here is very beneficial for this team. He could play on the top line if there's injuries. He's extremely important to the penalty kill. He's just the speed, the way he could just pickpocket defenders, take it down the ice, get odd man rush opportunities. Casey Middlestat was great, but we wanted him out the door for not only for the payment, he just didn't fit the play style of this team.
I feel like that's revisionist history. I mean, that guy was playing as our first line center, and people wanted him to stay over Dylan Cousins. And look, he's not Alex Tuch. What you said is true. Alex Tuch is infinitely more valuable to the makeup of this team than Casey Middlestat really ever was. And Casey was a great player for those last 2 seasons. But with Tuch, it's yes, he is all those things. And the moment you trade him, you're looking for another Alex Tuch. But 11 million over 7 or 8 years, even 10 million. 10 million was my all right, man, fine. And now it's Tuch's agent is smartly doing what's best for his client, trying to get as much as possible. But dude, are you the hometown guy or are you not?
He's been underpaid, so
he's been
on one of the best deals. He has. I have no ill will for him doing this. My thing is, I guess, just what are we doing here? Why should we say yes to that? If he's not going to fit the timeline, You know, like I know like we are a team steeped in a maybe 15-year playoff drought. What is the cup window for this team? What is it? These are the conversations they should be having because, when you're talking about signing a guy like Alex Tuch, when is it going to be?
2-3 years from now.
It should be realistically the next 5 years. When Dahlin, it's Dahlin and Tage's prime. That's realistically what it should be.
What's their, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to like find a comparable for like a team that's come up similarly to them. But like, it's like this year you're competing for playoffs. Next year you're probably competing for a playoff round, and this is all like ideal world.
I would say the Senators, if you want a comparable team. They just made the playoffs, and they're trying to make the next step.
The Senators just made the playoffs. This year they're looking to win a round. Next year they're probably looking to assert themselves into that upper tier. So that's like a 3-year timeline. And like even then, like, are the Ottawa Senators next year going to be cup ready? I don't know. You're probably talking more so years 4 and 5. Like this stuff takes a while. Look at the Avalanche. The Avalanche broke. They didn't really break a drought, but their first year making it with this first group was in 2017-18. They didn't win the cup till 2022. Like, that's a 5-year window. And I'm just saying, like is Alex Tuch in 5 years going to be worth $11+ million, maybe even $10+ million? I know the cap's going up, but so is Alex Tuch's age. What does he look like?
That's how that works. That is how that works.
What does he look like in 5? Is it going to be a $10 million? Like $10 million is still going to be $10 million. All right.
But that's the thing, though. It's like that's what I kind of go back to saying. You kind of sometimes just have to be short-sighted for your own good. Because you said it. You said they trade him. You immediately start looking for another Alex Tuch. This team, there's a pretty heavy pressure on this entire organization just to get into the playoffs. And I'm not saying they should use that as justification to overpay Alex Tuch to the extent of, $11.5, $12 million. But all I'm saying is it's like he's very beneficial to the team right now. He's a core piece in the locker room. If you don't want to lose guys like Dahlin, Tage, God forbid, like you go through another season of not making the playoffs, he could be the type of guy who you could still rally around, even if you make changes in the offseason. But he walks. It's like it makes it pretty easy for a guy like Tage Thompson to say, "Hey, I want out, trade me." And then what are we doing then? Then what's the cup window? Then what's the timeline? And then you start asking questions about like, do we have to go into another rebuild? It could lead to a domino effect. And that's doomsday, but I'd be more comfortable overpaying him and having him on the team than him walking out the door.
I agree with Christian more than Jonah, but Tuch obviously would have value. So like if this is still going bad by like the trade deadline, you would have to trade him, and I feel like you would get really good return. I don't want to start this again, but I know Elias Pettersson's still getting a shit ton of hate up there in Vancouver. This
is never gonna end. the rumors are just never gonna end.
All right, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
This has been going on since we started this podcast.
Yeah. But honestly, at the end of the day, I think this is all agent posturing right now. My concern levels have raised. I know I said like I wasn't worried that it didn't get done before the season. I'm starting to get a little worried, but at the end of the day, like I still feel like this gets done. I feel like this happens all the time with extensions all around the league. They'll say, conversations have stopped, and all of a sudden, one day you hear nothing, and then boom, like an extension is signed, and it's all over with. So I'm still really not like too concerned, and I wouldn't blame Tuch and his agent at all to basically wait to see how this team is doing. Like I don't think you can blame at all.
It's so dangerous though. Like you could walk into a situation like you're looking great. Like you could be like 3 or 4 games ahead at the trade deadline, at like above 500. You'd be in a playoff spot, and then you just have a shit March, and then everything falls apart, and he walks for nothing.
Well, honestly, I would imagine if it gets all the way to the trade deadline and there's not an extension, it's a Jordan Greenway and Jason Zucker situation. Like here, either you're extending here or we're going to trade you. Like I think that's
Then,
what it
like,
would come down
what,
to.
they're going to give themselves a week to like gauge the market on him? I don't know, man.
Well, I'm not. I don't know. Like we'll see. Like at least as of right now, like I know for his agent is pushing this hard in the media right now, and it's like all over NHL Twitter, but I'm not too concerned about it right now. Obviously, this is looming over the team, or it could be looming over the team, but I don't know. Like, talk to me in a few months, and then we'll see if the deal is done or not, and then I'll be more concerned. But I don't know.
That's fair. For me, I'm not even like on like, are you nervous or anything? Like, I think I'm just starting to like officially hop on the wagon of like I think they should trade him. But we'll see. Like we'll see with, like you said, where the team we'll see how they're looking in January. I feel like that's when you can probably start make preparations for the deadline and everything. So
Yeah.
We'll see. Christian, I know you really wanted to talk about it. You had the Big Parm Thompson at the game. I know you
did
asked
have the
me
Big
before
Parm
this episode
Thompson.
started, lighten the mood a little bit. How was it? Did it live up to
Yes.
the
Yeah,
expectations?
It's possibly
I
a
might-
new segment, right?
I might start reviewing food. All right, this could be the first unofficial
God.
segment of Christian's Cafeteria.
Christian's cafeteria. He's got a name. He's got a name.
He's been cooking that all day. You know that.
He's like the fellas are gonna love this.
They're gonna
The
eat this one up.
listeners
No.
are they're gonna love this one.
Well, I'll preface on Wednesday I went to the game and I had the buffalo chicken slice of pizza. And I know Jonah had it. Didn't you have it too?
Well, that's Jonah's
Did I
favorite.
have-
for
did I
years.
have-
Always hits. Always hits.
So good.
So good. Sesame seed crust. I know JP's all over it.
Hey, don't even get me started on the sesame seeds. I'm just gonna say, I had tendies at the games. They still slap, but obviously Christian
of
actually tried
course.
some new food.
I did. I
reliable.
tried the Big Parm Thompson. I was at the game with my brother and my dad on Saturday, and my dad was like, "I'm not eating any of that." It's like, "You guys go if you want to go get it." So we went, we got it. It's like it's 2 feet. It's like a whole baguette. It's huge. It's so much. It's more carbs that anyone should be digesting over a week than
They're
let
killing their
alone
fans.
one sitting.
They're literally killing their fans.
They
Yeah,
are.
exactly. But
Where is this located, by the way?
section 116.
Okay.
It's in the main
It's
area, right?
Main area. So yeah, you walk around. You make a left. You walk around the corner where it opens up. Like there's like the blue walls and like they have all the food stands right next to each other.
Yeah. Okay.
It's right there at the Lenovo.
It's at the Lenovo. Okay, that's
Yeah.
Okay.
It was really good. I will say, it was vodka parm chicken. Vodka sauce was really good. It was very tangy. Tasted really good. The bread had Parmesan cheese and it had red chili flakes on it, which was a nice touch. The one thing I'll say I didn't like too much about it was there was too much cheese. Like I had to rip like some mozzarella off it because it was just loaded with cheese. And if I have to wrap this up because I know I'm rambling about a
Dude,
sandwich.
please, take your time.
This is all you.
Take your time. This
You
is
want
your
me to
moment.
keep going? You want me to say that I don't think the chicken cutlet was crispy enough, but that's okay. Like it's arena food, guys. It's like, I'm not expecting a 5-star meal here. But the chicken, it tasted like a tendy, only in flat form. I think JP would like this. I will say that this is something I think JP would like.
No, I want to have it so bad. Like
Yeah,
it's funny. I was showing
eat the whole thing.
I was showing my girlfriend this. I was like, "Oh my god!" Like this might be the thing I'm most excited about going to
Yeah.
Sabres games this year. So
I would recommend-
I'm definitely getting it soon.
I would recommend it, JP. It was very good. $48 price point. It was expensive. Definitely something you need to
Oh
like.
my God.
Me and my brother split it, so
You could
it's
buy
like
3 tickets right now instead of that.
You could buy like 2 beers with that.
Oh my, the beers too.
Is that what you washed
split
it down with?
It's meant to be split. You're not supposed to eat the whole thing. God bless you if you could somehow get an entire Big Parm Thompson.
Is this a new
down.
challenge we're bringing up?
Dude, I had half of it, and I was like, I'm not eating the rest of the day. That thing will fill you up. And yeah, you split it, $24 a person. It's like a meal. Final thoughts. Was good. Was very good. I wouldn't get it again, though, just because it is $48. And if there's anyone else out there listening to this, throw some suggestions at me. I want to try different food around the arena. All right?
Can we get a rating? I think we need a out of 10 rating.
What should I rate it? Like out of like 5?
You're the one who ate it.
I'll do 5. I'll do out of 5 stars.
Okay.
I'll give the Big
good old
Parm
letterbox.
Thompson. I will give the Big Parm Thompson 4 out of 5 stars. Very good, worth a try. Try it with someone else, because if you eat the whole thing, you'll definitely be taken out of the arena in an ambulance. Split it between someone. Go get it before they sell out. Take some cheese off of it. Very good.
All done.
We will have to find you something new for next game too. I walked by the pretzel stand. That actually looked really good. I'm gonna have to try that, like the
Is
cinnamon
that new?
pretzel.
Is
I
the
think
pretzel
that's
stand
new.
new?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that was that the taco stand last year? Because they had a taco stand, and I don't think I saw it. But I think there's quite a bit around the arena that you probably haven't had. So every time you go, you got to try something new to review. I've been seeing a lot of people post the pumpkin spice milkshake. Like, I'm not a pumpkin spice guy, but I've seen people post that.
I'll try that as long as I know where to go. Because some of the items are like located in very specific areas. You can't just walk up to like a random vendor and they'll be like, "Hey, do you have this?" No, you have to go like the club level or because I don't even think they do the dog of the day. I think that's only in the 200s. That's the only time I ever see it. I've walked around the entire. Maybe I'm not looking hard enough. I've walked around the concourse.
They don't let the common people eat it.
They don't let the common folk have the
200
dog of
the
the day.
Yeah.
And tickets were cheap.
I think
I had to.
if the Dominator is still there, because I don't think we have confirmation, that's what you have to try next.
It's like a secret menu item.
We've talked about it for a year, and none of us had it. I think that's actually kind of disappointing of the three of us. So I think Christian has to take one for the
Has
team.
anybody ever ordered it? Does this thing actually exist?
No, it does. You know why? Because when we got the Big Parm Thompson, you know how they give you like it's the same box as like the 2-foot nachos. So it's it's almost like a tote. So you're carrying it around, and then someone came up to us and it's like, "Oh, it's like, is that good? I haven't tried it." I was like, "Yeah, it's really good. I would recommend going and getting it, but it is $48." And he's like, "Oh, have you tried the Dominator? I've had that." I was like, "No, I haven't. Is it good?" He's like, "Yeah, but it's like $39." So.
I think that's what
it does have it does come with like 4 different types of meat on it. It's got to be like the fattest burger I've ever seen, right?
What was that like crazy? Remember the Braves were selling some like crazy burger a few years back?
Baseball is some wild stuff.
I need to find this because I remember seeing it and being like, that is quite literally just cholesterol. Straight. It's just like
straight
oh my God.
grease.
Yeah. Here it is. A $151 burger.
Oh my God.
Oh my.
What? Yeah. Where is it?
What is on it?
Oh my God. Hold on. I'll pull it up.
Share your
on
screen. I need to see this.
I know. Like, oh my God.
We thought old Kerry Bagula was asking a little much for the Dominator.
No, I'm expecting this thing to be outrageous at $151.
Oh, yeah. $151 for that?
Oh,
okay.
my
So
I mean, don't get me wrong. That thing's massive.
Let me see if I can try and break this down real quick. It looks like a sunny side up egg, butter lettuce, smash burger with cheddar cheese, and what is that in the? I have no idea what that could be. Is that a piece of tomato? And then what the hell is that? How is that $151? Is that
That's what
like
I'm
some
wondering.
like A5 Wagyu meat or something?
I was gonna say, is there like
Yeah, it
steak
is.
in there, or is there?
Okay.
Yeah, they were
That makes-
saying, what is it?
I'm not getting something like that at a ballpark. You got to go to a steakhouse to get something like that.
Half-pound Wagyu beef burger on a toasted Irish buttered brioche bun topped with
Brioche.
brioche.
Oh, there it is, lobster
Cage.
tail.
Market price of lobster tail is probably
This
pretty high
burger
right
definitely has a kill count.
now. Truffle aioli too. That's another probably.
If that
$30.
wasn't enough, it comes with Parmesan waffle fries, dude.
Oh, perfect.
What do you think that? Like, did they make money on this? Genuinely,
There's
a good
no way
question.
they did. They
That's
probably don't
crazy.
make a lot of them.
that's insane. Whose idea was that? They should be fired. That's like a human rights violation.
Hey, they got us talking about it, so
I guess
Yeah.
so. I guess so.
But $151. No,
no, that's insane.
unless you're sitting in like elite level seats, no regular fan is paying that for a hamburger. And
Well, I'll
you
tell
know
you-
me, dog. I love food. I would never pay that amount of money for a
But
hamburger.
I
at a
will
ballpark.
say, I bet quite a few people tried it because they're like $151. Like it must be good. Like I at least gotta try
yeah,
it.
people
Like,
probably
we're
use
saying
it for
that
like
about
a
the
content
Dominator.
tool. Yeah,
Yeah.
they probably use it for a content tool. They probably make a video about it, and they're like, "Oh, this is the most expensive burger in the MLB." Blah blah
I
blah
ate
blah blah.
this, and I have approximately 6 months to live.
I ate this, and they immediately had to hook me up to an IV drip.
They had staff watching me the rest of the game.
People followed us
seriously-
home.
I don't even know where the Dominator is. I'd have to look into it.
I'm pretty sure it's in the 100 section near where you're going, like near our season tickets.
Okay.
You know where I get my chicken tendies?
Yes.
I think it's to the spot right to the right of us, the burger joint to the right.
Do you
'Cause
think?
I think I checked it out like early last season just to see is this thing like real, and I saw the Dominator was there. I have not
Do you
checked this year.
Do you think Kate would split a Big Parm Thompson with you?
See, like genuinely, I was like, I'm so excited about the new food options they brought, and I was showing her, and I was like, look, they got like the cinnamon pretzel. I love cinnamon. I was like, this Big Parm, like I'm like drooling over it, and she's like, none of this looks good. I was like, what are you talking about? Like this looks amazing.
Dude, my girlfriend
She's
says
like,
the
it's all
same
arena
thing.
food.
She's like, I'm like, yo, look at all this new food. She's just like, yeah, but it's like still at an arena. It's
Yeah.
like it's not that good. I'm like, you're just killing the fun. Stop.
I know. That's what I was literally. I showed her multiple times. I was like, come on, like this looks so good. Like, come on.
Just simple minds. Sometimes you have to have a simple mind.
That's right. That's right.
Tendies make us happy. I got to get some tendies next game I go to.
On top of, you got to try something. You could try.
All
like,
right.
Well, he hasn't reviewed the tendies on here, so I think he should, do a 2025 version. No,
I
it's
think-
a
I
new.
think
It's a new year. It's a new year.
I mean,
All
those
right.
are 5 out of 5. You don't have to review them.
Of course. I mean, we've talked about tendies on here so many times at the arena.
JP and I were workshopping something. Well, it was mostly me workshopping. If we somehow get enough money to buy you season tickets, a full season, and you
What?
buy a new food item every single game,
Oh,
I think
my God.
it'd
I
be
don't
great
know.
for the content.
It would be. I
They
think
gotta have it. They gotta have 42 or 41 items of food there. Come on.
Well, and plus the Nexus Club, or the Lexus Club.
I'm not
like,
paying
you
for
have
that, as well.
too.
I'm not paying for that.
It's like no. You gotta
That's
get
all
me.
you
You
can
gotta
eat,
give me a
though.
club. It's not the Lexus Club
Wait, it's
anymore. It's Club
dangerous.
19.
It's very
It's like the
nice.
1970 club.
It's
now.
very. I question people
I've
that
been
like
in there.
go to games to watch the game in there. That is very weird. It's like a sit down. That's like an hour spent in there.
It's like a buffet,
It's all you
right?
can eat though. Yeah. I went in there once with my dad, and it's whatever you
same.
want. They bring out the dessert at the end, and for the third, like it's
Man.
Christian would be feasting in there.
Oh God.
So yeah, I see some of the elite level folks walk into there, and I'm like, could be me.
Like,
I wish.
I'll
that
tell
was
you
me.
what, like
Should have been me.
like when I was in there, I definitely did not get my money's worth because obviously, like, I don't eat that much. Christian would get his money's worth in there.
Oh, I'd tear it up in there. Oh yeah, big time. They'd have to throw me out.
I was gonna say I don't know if they'd hate you or love you, because you just be.
It's like Homer
Sir,
Simpson when he's
please
eating the shrimp
leave.
buffet and they have to throw him out at the end of the night.
Please leave.
They
It is
bankrupted the place.
11:30 on a Tuesday.
'Tis no man is a bottomless eating machine. Yeah, I'd get my money's worth down there. But I haven't
Yes,
been in
you
there
would.
in years. I was in there when it was the Lexus Club, but it had to be like 10 years ago. It is nice. It is nice.
No,
It's nice.
it is.
It's a nice
yeah.
area.
Mm-hmm.
All right, JP, should we get the weekly preview going here?
Yes, I can get going on that.
Yeah.
We only talked about food for about 15 minutes there.
I think that might have been our longest segment of the episode.
Man,
Now I'm
you
hungry. I
just
might
get
go
lost
grab
in
a
the
snack.
moment, man.
I might go
No,
grab
I-
a snack while I'm editing here.
All right. I can get going on the weekly preview. So this week we got 4 games. We got 1 against Canadians, Red Wings, and 2 against the Leafs. This is obviously a big week for the division. By the way, I meant to mention this earlier about the division, but it's looking good so far. Like it's gonna be a competitive division. Like I think we knew that, but you got Red Wings and Canadians on top. You got Lightning and Senators on the bottom, and you know they're not going to be there the whole year. So it's going to be a very competitive year. But this week is big for the division just for this. So the first game is tomorrow at the Canadiens. So tomorrow, meaning Monday at 7:30. This will be on MSG. The goaltender matchup. I decided I'm just going to talk. I'm going to give everybody stats like the starter and the backup because predicting has not gone my way. So it's probably going to be Alex Lyon versus Sam Montembeault, but Montembeault really hasn't been that good this year so far. He's 2-2. He has an .857, 3.26 goals against, and per money puck, negative 3.6 goals save above expected. So he's definitely like their starter, but he's had a rough start. And their backup is Jacob Dobes, who's actually been very good. He's played 2 games. He's 2-0, .940 save percentage, a 1.46 goals against, and 3.2 goals saved above expected. So I would anticipate it's going to be Montembeault because he is supposed to be their starter. But if it's Dobes, would not be surprised. This will probably be the last week I mention it, but obviously Sabres versus the Atlantic, go watch that if you want to hear more about the Canadiens and what their offseason looked like. This is a battle of the 2 youngest teams in the league, the Canadiens being the youngest and then us being the next. The Canadiens
Might be younger,
are...
honestly, at this point. If we have
Actually,
Zach
that's
Metsa,
true.
Noah Oslin in the lineup tomorrow,
That is true.
could be younger.
All those stats that came out were like prior to the season starting, so that's a fair point. The Canadiens are 4-2. They're second in the Atlantic. This past week, they had 2 overtime wins against Seattle and Nashville, and they just lost to the Rangers last night.
You hear
Their
that, Christian? You hear that in the distance? Hear that siren? They're on fraud watch.
2 overtime wins.
They're on pack watch, too.
Montreal hate week.
Their power play is at 18.2%, which is tied for 19th. Penalty kill is 72.2, which is tied for 23rd. Part of the reason they're doing so well is Cole Caulfield and Nick Suzuki are off to very hot starts. They both have 8 points. Caulfield has 5 goals and 3 assists, while Suzuki has 1 goal and 7 assists. Some of their younger players, Deminoff and Hudson, both have 4 points through 6 games. Big trade acquisition, Noah Dobson has 3 points. So all of their top guys are performing, and obviously Deminoff having 4 points through 6 games is pretty good for a start to his career. The only one who hasn't really started off good other than Montembeault, Lyon only has 1 assist so far. So we'll see if he gets hot against the Sabres, considering he had that 3-goal game against us last year. There are no former Sabres on the Canadiens, unless Jonah or Christian correct me. I don't think there are, looking at their lineup.
They lost Armia. I think that was basically it for them.
Yeah, so no former Sabres. I'll say my key to the game is going to be the power play stay hot, extend the 2-game power play scoring streak, and especially considering the Canadiens are in the bottom half of the league for the penalty kill. The Sabres play the Red Wings at home Wednesday on 7:30. This will be a game that is on TNT, so the first game that is not on MSG this year. The goaltender matchup will either be Alex Lyon versus Cam Talbot or John Gibson. Both have played 3 games. Cam Talbot has actually been better so far. He is at a .932, 2.78 goals against, and a 2.3 goal save above expected. Gibson had a very rough start. His first game, I think, was very bad.
Got yanked.
But I know he just won today. So he's 2-1, 873, 3.57 goals against, and a negative .8 goal save above expected. So it seems like it's going to be a split of the net so far. Once again, Sabres versus the Atlantic. This will be the first half of a back-to-back for them, and they will be coming off 2 days of rest. So they play today, and then they play Wednesday. So they'll be a little more rested than us. Power play, they're 13th in the league right now, and their penalty kill is 5th in the league. The Red Wings are 5-1, first in the Atlantic. They're on a 5-game winning streak with wins against Toronto, Florida, Tampa Bay, and Edmonton. So this obviously is against all basically top teams in the league. So we got to give the Red Wings credit. They are playing very good to start. And their top performer is their captain, Dylan Larkin. 5 goals and 6 assists so far this year with 11 points. I believe he's 3rd in the league in points. Or he's no, actually, I think I'm mixing him up with someone else, but he's definitely up there. DePrincat.
You got it. Sound it out.
I don't think so.
Sound it out, boy.
He has 6 assists, no goals. Kane has 2 goals, 3 assists. One of their big storylines is actually rookie Emmett Finney. He has 2 goals and 3 assists so far.
Scored both today.
Yeah, he had 2 goals and 1 assist in today's game. He's currently on their top line with Larkin and Raymond. So I don't remember covering him in Sabres versus the Atlantic.
He was a camp story. I think he was a 7th-round pick in 2023. So he rose through the ranks and suddenly became a good story. So, yeah, good for him. Taking advantage of that opportunity. Got his first 2 goals today. So it seems like he's fitting in pretty well there.
Yeah. Former Sabres, Jacob Bernard-Docker. Obviously, this will be his revenge game.
It is his revenge.
Yeah,
not much to really get revenge on.
Key to the game better be pray he does not. Pray they play Travis Hamonic over him.
I think Bernard Docker's played all but 1 game, but I'm sure he will be suited up against us. My key to the game is not that. It's going to be to play at 5-on-5. Jay Fresh, his Twitter post is going around. Before this game, they only outscored their opponent once at 5-on-5. They have good special team performances. That's really been one of the reasons that they've been playing so good. But they did outscore their opponent today, so they've outscored their opponent at 5-on-5 twice so far. So that's kind of always been the Red Wings the past few years. It's a lot of special team success, so definitely play at 5-on-5. And then the Sabres have a home-and-home against the Leafs. The first game is Friday night at home, 7:30. This would be an ESPN Plus or Hulu game. And this is also the first Goathead game for the Sabres. And then the Sabres play at the Leafs Saturday at 7 p.m., and this will be back on MSG. This is a game I guess you could call it a little mini-series with the home and home. Both Lyon and Ellis, I would assume, will play a game. I would predict Ellis to play the first game to give Lyon the extra day of rest. So I would also say we're going to face both of the Leafs goalies. Right now it is Anthony Stolarz and Caden Primo. Joseph Woll is on the IR right now, and from the little research I did, there's no timetable for him to return. So it's Stolarz and Primo right now.
I think it's some sort of family-related thing. I think I saw.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's an injury.
Okay. But so far, Stolarz is 2-2-1 with the .897, 2.79 goals against, and a negative .4 goal save above expected. Primo is 1-0-0 with a .867, 4 goals against, and a negative 1.7 goal save above expected. Once again, mentioned Sabres versus the Atlantic. Just like the Red Wings, how they will be coming off 2 days of rest to play us, the Leafs will be coming off of 2 days to rest us, off of 2 days of rest to play us as they play Tuesday, and then the home and home Friday, Saturday. The Leafs right now are 3-2-1. They went 2-1-1 this past week with a win over Nashville, an OT win over the Rangers, a loss against Detroit, and an OT loss against Seattle. I'm sure everybody probably has seen that OT loss against Seattle, considering what happened at the end of the game with Stolarz getting taken out and no one really coming into his defense. So
And lighting
things
his team
may
up
be
in
a
the media.
Yeah. The things may be a ruin over there. Their power play is 24th in the league, and their penalty kill is tied for 13th in the league. William Nylander is currently tied for 3rd in the league in points. He has 2 goals and 9 assists, so 11 points. Nyes is off to a good start with 8 points. Tavares has 7, and Matthews has 6 points with 4 goals. Their big replacements for old Mitchie Marner, Matthias Maselli, and Easton Cohen both only have 1 assist so far this year. So, and Cohen, I believe, was healthy scratch the first 2 games, but has played in all 4 since. So they're not exactly getting replacement for Mitch Marner. But obviously Nylander is playing very well right now to start. Their former Sabre is Jake McCabe. I believe he's the only one. He's still bunkering it down over there.
Still hanging around.
Yep. And my key to this is that's at least split. Just 1-1.
I like that.
I'm not going to ask you to win both, but just split these. Split
Loser
this home and home.
mentality.
Well, we're a loser team, so.
As of right now.
But yeah, that's a weekly preview. So we got 4 games this week. So this will be a big test.
Big test.
All divisional games too.
Yep,
So
all divisional games. That'll make their last 6 games all divisional games.
yeah,
Big week. Big week.
definitely is.
All right. I think we've gone on long enough here.
We didn't bring up the Marchand Dahlin thing at all. We at least got to mention it.
I don't know.
I'm not giving that rat air time. Moving on.
I don't think. I mean, it was funny. I don't think there's really much to talk about. I don't think it was like suspension worthy. He got fined.
No.
I think that was
Yeah.
fair. It was unsportsmanlike. You know, you can't rip a guy's player his helmet to like shreds.
That was crazy.
That was pretty funny.
When I was sitting in the 300s, I saw him go to the box to sit down, and then all of a sudden I just see a blue helmet just fly out of the box.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what the hell's going on here?
The
then
boos
wasn't
were
it you
so
who-
loud.
Oh, yeah. They were
They were
booing him
so
the rest of the
loud.
night whenever he touched the puck.
Mm-hmm.
Was it you who said that they were Dahlin was wearing Krebs' helmet or
I didn't
vice
even
versa?
notice that.
Someone said that in their group chat. I don't. Maybe that was from the actual broadcast, but I will say, Dahlin definitely did have something coming to him in that exchange. He did cross-check him from behind and then one after
That's
him.
how you do it, though. Didn't the Sabres get a power? They got a power play out of that, right?
They got power
Yeah,
play,
they
and
did.
They scored
They
on
scored.
it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. He wasn't.
No, I
he got
I agree.
Marchand into the BS, and he got into the BS.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
agree.
he was expecting him to.
Well, no.
I'm gonna cross-check him. And he's gonna take my helmet. This is gonna be great. I don't
No,
think he was.
I'm
like
just
that.
saying, Dahlin is innocent in this, but Marchand just went absurd.
No.
Dropped his glove, started punching him as he was on the ice. That was crazy. And Tage came in a defense, got a penalty.
Mm-hmm. All right, it's getting pretty late here.
I might have another final thought. We gotta at least
this
mention.
guy, bro.
We just gotta at least mention Oslin was called up. Gotta at least mention that.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Oslin and Zach
Like
Jones.
their Puckpedia, or their not their Puckpedia, but going to Puckpedia. Their IR is just stacked. right now.
Mm-hmm.
What we got? We got Norris, Greenway, Danforth,
Bryson.
Bryson's not on IR. Kesselring's
Is
not
that-
on IR.
I was
UPL's not on IR.
I was just listing injuries.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Puck.
But
Malenstyn played the other day, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Puckpedia has him on IR right now.
yeah, that's not right.
Interesting.
Huh.
Man, unless we just missed something, I know he played in the 7 penalty kills we had, so
Yes.
Well, that's interesting.
I'll
see what
look right
comes out
now,
of that.
quick
Wonder
on
why
Twitter
they
if
do
there's
that.
anything.
It's weird why look at like an Isimont situation. Remember when the Sabres signed Michael Isimont for like 5 minutes, but they actually meant to put the Bruins.
Oh no, this is correct.
He's hurt?
Yeah,
Did we miss
I'm
a team
only
announcement?
seeing one account. Actually, no. Chad actually just tweeted us 36 minutes ago. He said, "I just noticed Puckpedia has Malenstyn on the IR,"
Huh.
but another account around the horn
Look at
hockey
us.
said,
Look at us checking Puckpedia at 12 a.m. on a Sunday night. We
Yeah.
all think the same.
"We're all sickos." Around the horn hockey had the Sabres placed Beck Malenstyn on injured reserve, undisclosed injury. This was 6 hours ago.
Damn
so
it, dude. So they're gonna.
That did not know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
they
it's
call
not
up
even
another
like
forward then?
Olsen's in for Gearson. It's
Whole team's in a hospital bed.
that fourth line's going to be what? Kozak, Osland, and Josh Doan now?
It is a line. Is Greenway maybe Greenway's coming back this week?
Could be.
They would have called up because you would think the Osland call up was for Danforth. And
Well, it's
Malenstyn went down.
clearly for Malenstyn.
But I'm saying you would think they'd call up another body for Danforth, right? I mean, they're
Yeah.
only at, they're at 20. Well, I guess they are at
Well, they got-
23 right now.
They have two defensemen.
Like,
now,
yeah,
is
that's
there?
okay. Yeah, that's weird. Why wouldn't they just call up another forward? I mean, they have 13, but still, you're gonna play. I don't know. If Geertsen and Dunn are in the lineup in the same game,
Oh
Oof.
boy. Oh
yeah.
boy.
Oof.
You know how many? Did you see how many minutes? Because obviously the pairs got wonky. But did you see how many minutes Geertsen played against Florida at 5v5?
I was curious. It had to be like
I
4
saw him out there
minutes.
like a couple times. I want to say 3.5.
2 minutes.
yeah. They see like
Played 2 minutes.
just a waste of a spot. Seriously.
dumb.
He's Andrew Peters. He's out there to fight.
Andrew
we're not
Peters
sure-
actually fights.
We're not trying. This is true. Nobody wastes his time. Like,
I'm
Like I
not
said,
trying, and that's
it's
not
a
a
good
dig at
story.
Andrew
Like, I
Peters.
like
It's
him.
not a dig at Andrew Peters, but that's he's the enforcer.
yeah.
Yeah,
So he just fights. Him.
I've said
Yeah.
some
And
stuff
and it's like
about
nobody
Mason
wants to
Gearson.
fight him.
Yeah, it's just it's good for him that he's on the NHL roster. I should probably watch some of the things I've said the past few episodes, but it's just a waste of a spot, really.
All right. Well, on that note,
More injury news. That's how we end the
more
episode.
injury.
Great.
Yep. Noticing a trend this season. All right, that's gonna do it. As we said, 4 games this week. Big week for the Sabres. We'll probably talk to you guys next Sunday. I don't know. I think I like the 1 episode a week format better. You could do more. I think we'll play it by ear midweek. If something big happens, I think we'll hop on.
Yeah, more of
and
a
there are
healthy episode, you know.
There are 4 games this week too. If there
Yeah.
were a week for us to do it, I think it would be this week.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how the first 2
Mm.
games go this week, and if there's something to talk about Thursday, we'll talk about it. But other than that, if you want to follow us on Twitter, you can follow us at the Sabre Report on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube. If you listen to this on YouTube, thank you very much for listening. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Tell us what you thought down in the comments. A lot to talk about. A lot of players, a lot of storylines, a lot of perspectives about the season overall. Would love to hear your thoughts. We always read the comments.
And
if
a
you
food
want-
review.
and a food review. Yep. Tell us your favorite food item down in the comments.
Yeah, come on.
If you ate the it's the Big Parm, right?
The Big Parm Thompson.
The Big Parm Thompson. If you ate it and you're still alive, comment down below. Would love to know that you're still kicking. If you want updates for the pod, you can follow us at Sabre Report Pod on Twitter. Go give our friends over at the Buffalo Sports Talk podcast a listen. The Bills are in a bye week this week, but they did release an episode detailing the Atlanta Falcons loss. Our good buddy Ryan, poor him, he went solo and just ranted about the team for 30 minutes. Been there before.
Yeah.
They'll have another episode coming out this week. I know that, so stay tuned for that. They do great stuff over there covering the Bills. But other than that, I think that's gonna do it. Oh, the fan that I ran into at the game last week, he reached out to me. I want to give him a shout out. Shout out Charles Braley.
Shout him out.
Shout out, bro.
Good shot. I told him I'd shout him out. Good dude. Good dude. All right. That's going to do it. See you guys later. Take care. And as always, go Sabres.
Go Sabres.
Go Sabres.